even want to. I don't want to. I know I lost, so I don't care.
Everyone lost. When they
I think we
passed it
probably.
around to everybody.
Well, we tied probably in the long run because there were too many of us for anyone to win.
Maybe.
Well, add it up and find out why is this damn spinning wheel.
I'm thinking I won.
Right next to me.
You guys know it right. Helps too, like pause that.
I don't know how to do that. Oh.
I don't leave that running, it just takes bandwidth.
I didn't even know that was a thing I could do.
Even if you have it pause once you go live, it makes it live again, so you have to pause it again.
Okay.
And I sometimes just close it.
Can I
go
close it?
one more screen, like go back to it. Like if you get this one. I usually live in that moment. Because I think even with that chat popping up, it's constantly keeping a connection to that channel. All those little things. I monitor usually this, depending on what your thing is like. This will start giving me signals that go red or yellow if it's starting to get real wonky. Sometimes it doesn't update it, but usually I'll just tell my screen whatever. But not like you could do anything about it.
I don't really monitor it because there's nothing I can do about it. I just have to let it go.
Sometimes if I notice it's getting wonky and like if it's in a break, I'll stop it and restart it, and it'll stay. Like if you set up that stream live already, like waiting there on the thing, it's just waiting for you to push a signal to it. You could stop your signal and rebroadcast it.
I didn't know that.
As long as you don't hit the end stream on the other.
So good to know. You're so full of knowledge today.
I am a wealth of knowledge.
Just today.
Every day.
Every day. What are we going to do without you all week? What are they going to put in your seat?
I know. Fight night, I should be there fighting, so they better not get my seat up.
No, they won't.
Better remind them when you see him that Kenny wants a seat.
I'll get there before you and I'll just move the stickers.
Whoever sits there before you, I'll probably end up getting there before them. I get back late Friday. I don't know why it's messing, so hopefully it's not like an early morning.
Let's see. ESPN. No. UFC calendar. It used to have the times here, and then all of a sudden now it doesn't have the time. Oh yeah, it does have the times again. No, but only for the main event. 11 a.m. for the main event next week.
Not for the main card?
Wait. Never mind. That's this one.
That one.
6 p.m. for the main event. 3 p.m.
Is that this time? Our time, or is that Eastern?
Our time.
I can live with that.
But that means this one's going to be...
Where's that at?
11 a.m. This must be... I think that's London. What's today? Yeah. Oh, New York.
New York, yeah.
That's that. Brooklyn card?
Or that Long Island?
Long Island. That's what I mean. Long Island.
Some New York.
Yeah. Long
Yes, Long Island.
And then it's London. And then Contender Series starts.
You're pretty low.
Sandra tweeted this about how there were 4 women questions in a row for the first time that she can recall. And the owner of my website retweeted it. Isn't that nice?
Yes, yeah.
The fact that he saw it and like was proud of me.
Yeah, I mean they should support this dad.
It's nice.
I pump our female all the time.
What females?
Pereira.
Oh, you've got the token female.
At least that one. Are you the token female? So.
No, actually, I'm not. There's another girl on fan side. Me and Nicole. I don't mind being the token
Our staff
female.
is not big. And then I pop it back and see if it comes back.
Where do you think you're going, Diego? Where do you think you're going? Mm-hmm. Likely story. Well, you look like you are. You got your backpack on. Oh. That's nice. You're carrying his backpack around. I want to see Lewis's pictures of Holloway's bloody face. Yeah, I scooted over so I can be more towards the middle. Nobody. It was just space. COVID again. Damn. That little dance was funny. Well, clearly, because clearly you can't, because you spent the whole weekend with me dying of COVID. Yeah, in the plane. Yeah. Yeah, nothing. And you know what else? I shared food and drink with Tawny, and she did not get it. We shared the same fork, and we just drank from each other's. Yes. I tested positive for COVID, and I felt like death. Yeah, I still feel it in my lungs. It's hard for me, to walk even from my car into the Apex. I get all out of breath, and I never did before. Yeah. I thought for sure everybody was, because I went to the fight, and I was sick. I left early because I was so sick. You know what's funny? The guy who was sitting across from me at the table at dinner, he got COVID. But that's the only person I know of. And maybe he didn't get it from me, I don't know. But I just saw him posting about how he was... Maybe. But I think I already had it because I was already not feeling well. Because when Tawny and I were sharing a fork, I said to her, I'm like, oh, I don't feel well. We probably shouldn't share a fork. And she's like, whatever. She just shared it anyways. Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
To 24 hours.
What's that?
24 hours.
Oh, no, when do they open up the ticket? Oh, I just need to show in. I don't need to show back.
2 hours. Usually it's 2 hours before for most airlines. Take the ticket counter? Yeah, 2 hours before the first flight of the day. This beautiful picture of Jim Miller. Look at how happy he looks. He's such a happy guy. I'm talking about a guy though. If it was a girl, it's a nice picture of him. It's a nice picture of him.
It's super nice picture.
God, you're such a as opposed to this is not a good picture.
Matches his personality.
I know. He's so fucking annoying. Can't stand him. This shadow is a little weird. Why aren't you paying more attention to me? When I hit record. Oh no, what did I do? Yeah, I replied to the form. Yeah. Changing his clothes, isn't he?
Just send him home.
No. Bet she's gonna show up in a suit.
So you think once they flow, they'll be back to back pretty good? Because I'm like, dog, no Dana.
And it's 11 o'clock. The event's been done for 45 minutes.
If you're in town,
Just trim that. That's what hurt your bandwidth as well.
I'm having fun talking to the people.
You can chat from that one screen
Close
where you're
this
just
too.
managing, where you see the manage. So if you go into
This
it
thing?
and just pause. No, if you go back to the one screen where I told you to pause the. I guess you could do it there. Just pause your.
This thing.
You go in there. I guess you could do it in the other one as well. Just pause the thing. The chat will still go.
It's okay. It is what it is. I'm not worried about it. You like my picture of Cowboy? I posted it. Like it. It's beautiful.
So, Brazilian time, huh?
His hat's real dirty.
Now your screen's dirty.
No, my screen's always dirty. What else is new?
So that photo of you showing us.
Oh, thank you. I just closed it. Sorry. Okay, well, I'm gonna pull. Look, I pulled it up. I can't turn it because I got on this.
Yeah, that's such a cool moment.
Thank you.
Better like that.
I agree with you. Yeah, shit. I know. Say why, universe. Tell me we don't need him. Man, coming done. Even I think they tried. That's how big it is.
sit for too long, I can take permanent damage. Can't have a man do an interview. Can't.
Yeah, that's
Where are you going? Do I have to move?
Sorry, bro. The battery is back there, right? The battery? You think that's in here? Or was it? No, that's oh, I thought it was better than whoa! I would struggle with it.
Turn it to auto wipeout.
Sometimes.
Show you how this works. I'm just gonna start saying words. But yeah, check this out. Put your aperture. Yeah, what's your aperture? Yeah, one of those things that Photoshop the eyes do.
Yeah, get one of those.
Digital zoom, that's ridiculous. Push in and pose.
Look at this queen.
That was funny. Send me a link to that. I can share with
Maybe you're gone. Maybe you're drinking.
Did you see this thing I posted earlier too?
Hey gang, did anybody leave a camera at media check-in?
Got so quiet in here.
Somebody figured it out.
check the photos.
Yeah, check the photos. See who,
See the
who they were
position.
taking pictures of.
Check the photos and see the position.
Yeah.
Position you weren't expecting, and then
Dude, if I had known it was going to take this long, I would not have started the stream.
Been going for an hour now. Hooray!
Pereira or Pereira.
No, we lost it.
Y'all messing it up. It's too long since we've seen it. We forgot all about it.
Well, Alex, obviously, congratulations on a very impressive victory tonight. How happy are you with your performance this evening?
Parabéns ao performance de hoje. Quão feliz que você está aí dessa vitória?
Pô, muito feliz, né? Pô, eu treinei muito, igual eu venho falando. Pô, priorizo os meus treinos, tudo que eu venho fazendo, né? Para chegar aqui e dar um show. E tenho certeza que todo mundo gostou.
Super happy, training. You just showed that our training and everything is working. It's working well and so happy, super happy.
The big question was whether Sean was going to try to stand and trade with you or whether he was going to go immediately for takedowns. Were you surprised that he didn't really try any takedowns early on?
O legal é que a grande pergunta é todo mundo pensou que o Sean ia tentar te botar para baixo e na verdade fez uma luta totalmente de pé com você, né? O que você tem que falar sobre essa performance?
Não, com certeza ele iria tentar as quedas ali, porque pô, a gente estava no começo da luta, né? Então eu estava confortável para ele ali ainda, estava ali estudando a luta ainda, para ver o que eu ia fazer e pô, não deu tempo, né? Eu comecei a machucar ali a panturrilha dele, dei alguns chutes nele, né? Ajudando os braços, para começar a pegar ali na forma que eu queria, né? Mais na parte de cima ali na cabeça.
No, he'll absolutely start going for the takedowns, but everything happened very early in the fight. I was still feeling the fight. I was hurting his body, kicking the legs, going for the body. So it just happened. I think before he was comfortable on his feet, before he got home.
So obviously you got your part done. Israel Adesanya got his part done tonight. Did you get a chance to watch the fight as it unfolded? And what do you think of his performance?
Bom, você fez a sua parte, o Adesanya fez a dele. Você teve a chance de sentar e assistir a luta do Adesanya. E o que você achou da performance dele?
Bom, sim, fiquei muito feliz, né, com a minha vitória, fiquei feliz com a vitória da Adesanya também, mas ele vai ter que vir melhor do que ele fez hoje, porque é uma luta que não me empolgou e também não empolgou muitas pessoas, que no quarto round ali eu vi a galera indo embora, mas da próxima vez eu vou fazer ele lutar e empolgar essas pessoas.
Well, it is part of my part, but it was not a fight that not only not excited me, but also did not excite the crowd. I was very sad to see that. So I hope when we fight, he do a better fight than that. But for sure, I'm going to make him fight to give it a better show to the crowd.
Last question for me. It does seem like that's going to be the next fight. So I guess ideally for you, when would it happen? Where would it take place? When would you fight it?
Bom, parece que essa é a próxima luta mesmo, né? E o ideal para você assim, onde e quando aconteceria essa luta?
Bom, quando ele estivesse pronto, eu saí dessa luta, né, passei pelo atendimento médico, não tive nenhuma lesão, então quando está pronto para voltar aos treinos, poderia voltar amanhã, mas eu vou voltar daqui 2 semanas, né? Vou curtir o meu momento, mas eu vou estar mais focado ainda.
Yeah, whenever he's ready, I just finished my fight, I'm fine. So, to start training tomorrow, I'm gonna take 2 weeks to enjoy my life a little bit. Whenever he thinks he's ready to go, I'm good.
Alex, just over here. Sean said before the fight that he thought he could stand with you. Do you think that he perhaps underestimated you at all?
Bom, o Sean falou antes da luta que ele achou que ele conseguia trocar com você. Você acha que o fato de ele ter subestimado a sua trocação foi o resultado da luta?
Bom, com certeza ele acreditaria, ele acreditou, né? Mas isso eu acho bom, porque ele vai ganhando confiança, é o que eu preciso. Quando ele está ali e acha que pode me derrotar, para mim isso é muito, muito melhor. Ele ganhar essa confiança. E eu, como eu falei nas minhas entrevistas, né? Eu sabia que era um cara duro, um cara difícil. E se eu sei que é dessa forma, eu vou ficar mais atento, vou ficar mais esperto. Agora, se ele acha que é fácil, deu no que deu.
Yeah, he kept saying that, so he believed on himself like he did. So he went there, that's what I like. That's what I want. I want people that underestimate me. I want people that go and trade, because that's what happens, If the guy comes, really focused and try to do everything, makes me even better that I can get prepared for it. But, when he tried to trade with me, you guys saw what happened.
And there was a lot of talk about you perhaps getting this opportunity quite quickly in your career in the UFC. You said that you earned it tonight. How important was that for you to prove to everybody that you earned this opportunity and this shot at the title next?
Bom, para muita gente veio falando que você não merecia ainda ganhar essa luta pelo cinturão, essa chance devido ao fato de você só ter 2, 3 lutas no UFC. Quão importante que foi para você hoje de mostrar que você é merecedor dessa chance de lutar pelo cinturão agora?
Eu vi muitas pessoas na entrevista, várias pessoas no meio mesmo, né? Outros jogadores, não sei porquê, né? Talvez não aconteceu da mesma forma com eles. E aí as pessoas falam mesmo, mas eu acho que o público quer ver isso, né? Porque eu tenho certeza que as pessoas que pagam por ingresso para assistir o show, eles querem ver mesmo, quer ver o que eles viram hoje, né? Eu nocauteando ali o adversário, né? Às vezes não importa quem que seja, né? Quem que vai estar no chão, eles querem ver o show. E eu fiz isso para eles.
Absolutely, a lot of people talk, especially fighters, they think they have a chance over me, but, ahead of me. So, feels good to prove that, and, because by the end of the day, it's what the people want, and the people want to see knockouts. People want to see the style that I fight. People want to see whoever is in front of me getting knocked out. That's what I bring for them.
Alex over here. John Jones had a lot of good things to say about you. He says that he's picking you over Adesanya. Should you fight him next? What do you have to say about all that?
He said John Jones had good things to say about him. What, John Jones?
O John Jones escolheu você para essa luta, tinha muita coisa boa para falar para você, falar sobre você, né? Falou muita coisa boa. O que você tem a falar sobre ele?
Bom, é um cara que todo mundo sabe, né? Um excelente lutador. Teve uma vez que conversei com ele, né? Pelo Instagram, a rede social que eu tenho. Me elogiou muito, fiquei muito feliz, porque é um cara, que todo mundo sabe o trabalho que ele vem fazendo. E não conheço pessoalmente, não, mas, de repente um dia eu posso conhecer ele pessoalmente.
I just had good things to say about John Jones also, We don't know each other's personally, but we were talking to each other and DMing each other back in the days, always getting good positive vibes, so everyone there with it, great guy.
Alex, the last one. Did you sense that Sean might have been a little nervous in the cage with you?
Você sentiu que o Sean tava meio nervoso, assim, nervoso, eu quero dizer assim, meio com medo de você na luta?
Bom, na semana da luta aqui, né, na entrevista, a gente participou da coletiva, eu vi que ele se colocou totalmente ali, né, falando do Adesanya, né, e sendo que ele iria lutar comigo, eu não sei qual que era o motivo, Mas isso mostrou uma certa insegurança e eu aproveitei o momento.
Well, during the week, that's what he showed to me, especially in the press conference, when he started attacking Adesanya, he showed that his focus were not there, So I used that in my favor, and I think it was a little concern.
Thank you. Congratulations.
You don't want that little buzz?
Yeah. I'm just curious. It's the first one I've heard. Yeah, we like it when you have
You get big? Not the pain.
Alex, obviously, congratulations on an incredible victory tonight. I mean, I gotta imagine you're pretty thrilled with what you did there, but just how satisfied are you as you sit there right now?
Very satisfied. Obviously it's a bit of a journey, this rivalry, yeah? Like taking the belt and having the rematch and then, all that talk and all that. It was a big part of not only my career, it just adds to the story, so it's all good, but it was hard. There was a lot of ups and downs in there, you know what I mean? It was a bit that I had to get through, but it was good to finally put an end to it and silence a lot of people. A lot of people that needed silencing too.
You had some swagger in there tonight. You were talking a little bit, maybe showboating a little bit. I mean, was that something about maybe the energy Max had, or is that just kind of the confidence that you're getting in your career at this point?
Confidence I'm getting, yeah, but I mean, it was more for myself. I wasn't trying to be disrespectful to him. It was more just let him know that, like I was just telling him, man, I've seen everything you've thrown. I think I might have said you're too slow. I didn't, wanted to be too offensive when I'm saying it, but just purely let him know, let myself know, and stay on. Because I knew I had to go out there. I wanted to win every exchange. I wanted to just be better and know that I'm better. And don't get bored in there. Don't get too complacent. Don't think you've done enough and chill. Don't start to cower. Don't do any of that. Stand your ground. Hold the line. Hold the line. You know what I mean? And just do your thing. So it wasn't disrespect. I got nothing but respect for Max. I wouldn't be the fighter I am today without him. He's made me raise the bar. I don't need anyone to help me raise the bar. I can do it myself, but he makes it easy. He makes it easy to make me be disciplined.
Yeah. I know you'd already gone 5 rounds with him twice before, but you got him hurt early on, cut up. Were you surprised that this thing went all 5 rounds tonight, or did you expect that from him?
happy to be surprised with Max. You know what I mean? Obviously, a finish is always good, but I mean, for people to expect a finish with a fight like this, we're both durable, both tough, we're both smart. You know what I mean? It's, again, a legendary chin that I wanted to crack, and it stays legendary again. So, credit to him.
You see the wrap on the hand there. I guess can you tell us what happened and what the initial diagnosis is?
It's not good. Yeah, so yeah, I'm pretty sure it's broken. I know when I break stuff in. Yeah, broken around too.
Last thing for me, I mean, I know you're saying, hey, I want this champ opportunity. I guess the hand will kind of factor into that.
But it's the time to see what's going on.
Okay, so I was going to ask if there was any scenario where, because obviously that's a vacant belt right now, where you should be in the first title fight, or do you think that hands? I mean, do you see a scenario where you should be competing for the title first, or do you think you're going to have to like go against somebody?
Yeah, of course I do. No, I don't need to fight anyone. Come on, man, I'm a dominant champ, taking out guys like Max Holloway 3 times. You know who's really looked like that against someone like Max Holloway? You know, people are trying. He's on the pound for pound list. You know what I mean? You don't get to see this very often. You don't get to see someone dominate someone who's so high on the pound for pound list. You know, considered one of the greatest featherweights of all time. To think that I don't deserve to just move straight up, I think would be pretty silly.
Well, to be clear, I just mean like a lot of people think.
I'm offended.
No, you definitely deserve it. What I mean was like a lot of people say, look, it looks like Charles Oliveira and Islam Makhachev are lined up for that title first. Like, do you think that should happen first, or do you think, no, man, I should be the first?
Maybe we don't even have to ask the question. You know what I mean? So, again, I want to be active, but you know, my division wasn't keeping active enough. I would have had to wait. So this may be coming at a good time. But you know, luckily, we're getting paid good. You know, we signed a new deal, you know, and I'm very happy with it. You know, to be the highest paid featherweight outside Connor, you know, was pretty impressive. So I'm proud of that, and it's going out for me.
Alex, to your left. In your last, and Max's last 16 fights against featherweights not named Volkanovski, he's 16-0 with 10 finishes. I mean, he has absolutely run roughshod over the featherweight division. Does that make it more impressive for you to have beaten him 3 times like you have, given what he's done to the rest of the division?
Oh man, to have 3 title fights, to 3 title fight wins over someone like Max rather than just other guys, of course. He was the #1 contender the whole time. Considered greatest featherweight of all time as well. People that have his name there, you know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, it's incredible, of course. So, you know, to sit there and take out someone like Max 3 times, that's really, really, really saying something. So yeah, a lot bigger wins than your average defense.
And when you look at, you know, for years people have said the greatest fighters of all time have been Anderson Silva, John Jones, you know, Khabib. But when you win 21 in a row and 12 in a row in the UFC and dominate guys of the caliber that you're dominating, do you think not only the greatest featherweight of all time, but you deserve to be in discussion of the greatest fighter of all time?
Look, man, it's not up to me, but I think it would be a bit of a fool to not have me in them conversations. You know what I mean? Like, look what I'm doing, look at the resume. But again, that's not up to me. You know what I mean? But we're doing good. We're pretty impressive, and I don't know. What do you guys think? You know what I mean? Like, I know people have been pretty biased. I mean, you know, again, I've talked about being hard up. A lot of my speech was to stand up. Maybe some of you as well, stand up some of you, some of the haters. A lot of people needed to seem to go there and do that. You know, one of the signs people, I don't hold it, you know, I don't hold any animosity. I'm not angry at this, but some of us needed to know. I'm not pointing at you, I'm just saying, some people needed to know. So, you know, again, you need to be biased as you want, but I mean, what I'm doing is pretty incredible, and for everyone watching, still, again, that's what I mean by stand your ground. People are going to try and bring you down whatever way they can. I was getting people trying to bring me down from all angles. I stood up and said, hey, cop that. And now look at me.
I want to ask you one question. So one of them is you didn't come into the sport as a blue chip, like, you know, you weren't this guy that people were talking about the day you turned pro. You know, there's a kid named Bo Nickel that was a great wrestler that's, you know, starting in MMA now. He has an All-American wrestling background. When did you finally start to believe that you could be at that level? Like, at what point in your career did you start to say, hey, you know what, I'm good at this, and I could, you know, reach these great, extraordinary heights?
Back in the streets of the Dome, you know that? Pretty early, you know what I mean? I went in the gym, and even Joe Lopez, my head coach, you know, he doesn't let anyone just fight and go and fight. Like, it didn't take him long. He knew that I had the ticker. I had a lot of go in me, and you know, not only I had that belief, he had that belief in me as well. Pretty early.
All right, over here.
Hey, like I said, there's been some people that have said some things, and there's been. I'm not going to hate on anyone. We've had our chats. I'm okay. I'm over it. But some people needed to see that, and I hope you respect me now, and you don't have me as a root champ now. So I know you've been sort of maybe not too disrespectful, but disrespectful enough. So hopefully I've changed your tone, and I'm happy to answer your question.
Yeah, well, that was never my intention to tweet. I said I think you're neck and neck with Barbie as well for number one half.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Want to know about your interaction with Henry Cejudo backstage? He saw him come up to you, and you guys had some words. What happened there?
Oh, he just said that he wants to challenge me. He thinks he's got what it takes. Man, I need challenges, right? But I mean, they need to be big fights, and if people scream for it, we'll see. You can never say never. Like, obviously he's done some great things. Where he's got work to do, but I think he could make a big fight. But I don't even know what's going on. But look, I respect the guy. He can fight. Olympic wrestler. Two-time, two-division champion. It's impressive. So we'll see what happens. But I mean, obviously, right now, we're gonna wait and see.
And the talk is about moving up. Aljamain Sterling, champion in the division below, tweeted out that he feels he can take you down and submit you pretty easily.
Who said that, sir?
Aljamain Sterling.
Oh, Aljamain said that?
Yeah.
That's fine. That's very cool. It's all right. He's got a division, his own division to hold on. Credit to him to find someone like Peter Yan and get the win. But so yeah.
And as you said last night for me, you seem to know your body pretty well. Have you had that type of injury with your hand before, and how long?
Yeah. Well, my first fight with Max, I broke pretty much the exact same one on the right hand. I broke that twice, the same spot. And I'll be very surprised if it's not the same injury.
Alex, just at the back here.
Yeah.
You spoke about obviously moving up to 155. Charles Oliveira today sent out a message to Conor McGregor trying to get that fight done. If that does happen, where does that leave you and your hopes for capturing the title at lightweight?
Can Conor even fight yet? Like, I just, what I mean? Like, everyone's calling Conor's name. They will always call Conor. I want to take that serious till there's pen on paper and there's some real serious talks. But again, let me see what's happening with this. It gives me time to see what's floating about, see what's happening, maybe see what's happening in my division. I want to be active, but if it's not opponents, maybe it's injuries that might slow me down a little bit. But other than that, I need to stay active, and I want that double champ status. And like I said, I can stay active enough, and I proved that. What is it, 3 fights in 9 months? I just fought 3 months ago. Not many champions are doing that. I don't think I can get another one contender that quick and keep me that busy. So give me another division to do it.
Alex back here. You say it's not up to you to decide who the best fighter in the world is. Where are you ranking this up? Well, let's just say it was up to you. Are you the best fighter in the world right now, pound for pound? If it was up to you, outside looking in, are you the man right now?
It's not up to me. Honestly, there's great fighters. You've got to use much. You've got to use Austin. Like, if you get about Stylebender, he's a man as well. Easy. So that's not up to me. I respect martial artists, and it would be good to get that, but it's not up to me. It's up to everyone else. And again, there's fighters that I still look up to that are still fighting now. But obviously, I've got a good resume, and I can see why people might have me in them conversations. But I'll leave it at that.
If you move up to the lightweight, is there a preference? Let's say Charles goes and fights Conor, right? He's not technically the champion, so you don't fight Islam for the vacant belt. Do you have a preference out of those two who you like to fight, or do you think it needs to be Charles as a weapon to justify the challenge?
Charles is the bigger fight because let's be honest, he's really the champion. He's an untrained champion. He's a champ. Everyone looks at him as a champ. So that's the bigger fight. But if Islam wants to fight him, and while I'm here or something, they have that fight, and Islam takes it, it's Islam. Whoever's holding that belt, or whoever's considered the champ, that's what I want. I want a nice shiny belt on both shoulders. So even it out. I've already got to sort back sometimes. From carrying this one belt, so I need to let me out.
Is your intention to keep both belts to defend both titles at the same time?
Sorry?
Do you intend on holding both belts at the same time, defending both titles, like running both divisions simultaneously?
Yeah, 100%. Do I think I can defend both belts? Yeah, 100%. That's what I mean. I want to be active. And I'm a fighter that's proved that I can do it. A lot of people are fighting, once a year or twice a year. It's hard to consider them to be able to do that. But I just fought 3 months ago, and it wasn't like I'm just fighting anybody. I just fought Max Holloway 3 months after. I have to prepare straight away for match forward. You know what I mean? Like, I'm obviously serious about staying active, so there's some credibility behind it.
Would you add much weight to go to 155, or would you have stay
Stay around. I'm strong dude, strong, powerful, keep that sharpness, keep that speed. Like I said, like, I train with a lot of heavier guys. People, I don't know how they think that I wouldn't be able to handle it. Like I said, a lot of my training partners are very high level lightweights, if not even heavier sometimes.
Alex,
obviously my weights as well, but I've got a lot of big boys that I train.
Alex over here. What was being made going into the fight about Max sort of, trash talking about which kind of other character. Looking back on the fight now with how it played out, do you think that maybe worked against him at all? Not to take anything away from your performance, but kind of looking back at maybe his mentality going into the fight.
No, it worked against him because it gave me the fight. It gave me the fight. I needed that. I was going to go into that press conference. I thought it was going to be chill. I didn't expect much. It ended up being chaos from all angles, which was fun. But I wanted to go there, I was going to soak up the energy, even if it was the booze, whatever. I was going to use that to get that fire in there. He started trash talking, and I was like, thank you. I needed that. I said it to him. That's why I was chilling, and I was smiling, and I letting him know that it ain't affecting me, it ain't getting in my head. That's why I was like, I don't know if it was a part of his mind games and trying to make it a brawl, or something like that, and be fight silly or something, I don't know. But I was just like, mate, you just put fire in my belly. That's all you did. I said, thank you. And then at the weigh-in, now that I showed him that it didn't work, I wanted to add on to that. I sort of, before the weigh-in, I was sort of like just chilling again. I'm like, man, I got a little face off from Valley in the crowd, I got a little speech. I completely forgot about it. So I needed to sort of pump myself up. So this trash talk and this intensity that he brings just put me where I needed to be. So if featherweights and lightweights want to do that whenever we fight and they want to boost me up like that, bring them on, please.
And kind of on that note as well, you talked about after the fight several times saying you got to stand up for yourself. You really sort of pushed that message. Was it that talk? Because you do hear it. People saying Max was the uncrowned champ after that rematch, saying that he won. Was that the main thing?
He might have said that too, eh?
I'm just saying in general, like you did hear some of that talk. Was that like the sort of the main message?
Look, I moved past that, so I don't know what it is. I'm all good. But I mean, there was a part of my time where that shit did get to me, and it hurt. And it was hurting. It was a hard time. But it made me now who I am. So I'm proud and I'm happy that it happened. It's all a good experience for me. Now I'm unstoppable, invincible. And a lot of people were bringing me down, you know what I mean? Like, I had to stand up for myself from all angles. And I think people can understand what I'm trying to say there. All angles. Yeah. All angles. Even he's got no idea. People that don't, like now I can say it because I went and done that to Max. That second fight with Max, when I told you I didn't turn up, there's a few things that happened. We obviously know about his starter coming and waking me up 4 hours before I had to get up, which is ridiculous. Don't know how that happened and how that could happen. I'm over that. But I mean, I ended up doing silly things as well. I took like melatonin tablets thinking it was just silly. And then I woke up like drunk. Not drunk, but like, So it was rough. It was rough. But I'm not the type of guy to make excuses. I'm telling you now because I got to shut everyone up. Sorry, a bit worked up. I got to silence a lot of people. And now I'm telling this. I didn't turn up. Now he's going to believe that because of what I just did tonight. Yeah. So again, that's why I was so confident coming into this one. I was saying I didn't turn up. He turned up and he still couldn't beat me. Now you know why I'm so confident.
A lot of people watching at home felt like this was your best performance. Was this most satisfying from your perspective?
Finish would have been great, but I mean, like, I was obviously, I didn't bother saying I'm going to knock him out because how many fights has he had? Like 30 people have tried and 30 people haven't even dropped him. So, you don't get to drop him. I don't know if I dropped him. No, I don't think I dropped him. That legendary chin holds on once again.
Alex, right back here. You've been one of those champions, through all of it. I'm just Alex from Australia, competitively out there with your skills. What keeps pushing you to keep getting better when you've already achieved everything you have? In terms of in the gym and just get better as martial arts.
Well, that's it. I want to be better. You've got to be disciplined. People say they want to be better, but they don't do the work. I'm lucky enough to have a team that's going to help me be better. We're going to study. We're going to try and improve. There's so many ways to improve. It's mixed martial arts. What many martial arts there are? Then you've got your brain, your mental side. Then you've got your strength and conditioning, your nutrition. You can evolve everywhere. That's what I try to say to people. People are saying how he leveled up. We both leveled up skill-wise. I leveled up. He. And you've seen what I meant by that tonight.
Another question I have: when you look back on a fight like tonight, or for example, your fight with the Zombie recently, when you watch it back and you see it, it's like, man, this guy was just dialed in. When you watch it, what kind of things do you see from yourself?
Well, I am going to watch it. Yeah, like, it's funny, like, because again, I'm not hardest critic. You know what I mean? So I go in there and it doesn't look as pretty to me because I'm hardest critic. So for what has happened, even though I was in there, I knew I was at Japan and things were going well. Sometimes you need to check yourself. You know what I mean? That's why I was talking. That's why you see me saying stuff. It was just purely to stay in my own head. And just let me know. Because even the Zombie, I was zoned in, people you would never have known about. I wasn't getting bored in there, but I was I almost didn't want to be in there. I was tired. It was like 1:30 in the morning, and I was like, man, hurry up, I just want to get this over and done with. It was a weird feeling for me. So I remember that this week. I'm like, I need that fire in the belly. That's what I mean with the press conference and that trash talk that you started. Thank you. I needed that. While I was talking to him in there, I needed it. Stay sharp, stay on. And I really felt that tonight.
Alexander, right here. You specifically spoke out to your countrymen afterwards. You kind of addressed it a little bit about stand up for yourself. What was behind that message? Did it have anything to do with the draconian restrictions through the past 2 years, or am I reading too much into it?
You probably reading too much. There was a lot of things. And obviously, again, I was hard done by with the criticism, bias. I can say a lot of bias sort of stuff, but I mean, again, like, I don't care. I don't want to sit there and whinge, like, I'm not whinging about it. But I mean, I was hard done by. But I mean, it might have been hard at one point to get through it, but now I stood up for myself, stood my ground, and now everyone's jumping on the board.
One question over here. You said you wanted a beer when you got upset.
You want a beer? What? You going for me? I'll sell it for you right now.
Is a shooting on the menu for you tonight, and how do you plan on celebrating?
Just let me, I'll just celebrate it, really, you know what I mean? My hand, I don't know if I have to do my good technique. I've got a perfect technique, so I split it with the shoe. My hands are too busted up to do that, so I might just need to hold it and just, you know.
I think you would say 193, you turn up to the Fly Hotel every single day, just in case there was a dropout, someone has something to do. Looking at where you are now, back then, do you think this was possible?
Yeah, man, that's the mentality I've always had. You know what I mean? Like I talked about even when I was looking for that title. Don't let anyone take that opportunity away from you. Be there. Be the guy that, alright, if they need someone, you're going to have to be the guy. That's what I was doing when I was chasing that title. You know what I mean? Like I went over to Edmonton, you know the story. You know what I mean? I'm doing these types of things. That's what I was doing. And as champion, I still got that mentality. I still got that drive. You know what I mean? And that's made me who I am. And obviously, I'm still fast. A lot of people that are watching that, man, this bloke's talented as fuck. Excuse my language. But I mean, it's so much more than that. It's the mentality that I have that's made me be who I am and what you see out there. So it's man, that's just what I've always had. And yeah, man, I never give up attitude, man. Stand up for yourself. Bulldogs, come for fucking everyone. I told you.
Just to follow up that, if someone had pulled out during that 5 week and you played back there at 193, do you think the storyline would have been the same? Do you think you would have just blitzed the way you had during the title?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know when I got in after that, how long after it was that. I think everything happens for a reason. I really do, man. Sometimes the craziest shit happens, and then you're like, "What the hell?" And then bang, something better comes out of it, and it works in your favor anyway. Stay positive. Stand your ground, and you'll be right. And that's this is just the still the beginning of a crazy story. Like I said, got a new contract I'm very proud of, and I think you're going to be seeing something special from here on out.
Yeah, just to clarify, how many hours before the fight against Max last night that you saw to wake you up?
Before I had to get up?
Yeah, like how long was it before you had to wake up?
But I mean, it was 4 hours before I had to get up. So I was halfway through my sleep. I literally got there, they woke us all up and said that they were going to test me. And obviously my coaches and management were like, "What do you mean? Like, what the hell?" Went there, and then obviously I woke up during the night to piss. I couldn't fill it up. Had to water load. Again, the story goes on. I was sculling water so I could hurry up and piss so I could go to bed. Couldn't get to sleep, so I took melatonin tablets. Woke up, still in a sleep cycle, and then just what you could do. And now that you watch that fight, it probably makes a bit of sense. So when you put it this way, when I say I didn't turn it up, now I can say it, and it's not an excuse, because look what I did tonight. I waited till now to tell this, the full story. But I mean, that's why I'm so confident. Look what I did. I forced everything. If you watch I had no reactions. My reaction times was way off. I had no reaction, no pace. Everything was forced. I had to force everything. I had to use my head to just force things to happen. But that's the type of guy I am. Even when things were all against me, I still stood my ground. I still forced shit to make it happen. And that's the type of champion I am. So I'm sort of glad that happened because it made me even stronger.
What percent of your full capacity do you think you were in the cage? 50%, 60%? What do you think it was?
Oh man, anyway, I don't know. I didn't want to get into this, but I mean, obviously, I didn't feel good. And that's why I wanted a rematch straight away. I was happy, obviously, I was talking about it. And then at the time, I was calling for the fight almost. So it was like I was calling for the fight because I wanted to show myself because I know that it didn't turn up. But then I was like, I don't need to worry about it. I finally got over it and all that type of stuff. Never let all that stuff get to me. And then, this fight came up and it was a big fight. Everyone wanted to see it again and all that type of stuff. I was like, all right, cool, let's do it. So it was all good. So I knew what was going to happen. Now you've got to see it.
Alex, just over here on you've been on the road for 8 fights. You've been defending, you've been in title fights on the road for 5 fights. You've never had a chance to actually fight with your belt in your home country. Has the time come for you to take that belt home and defend it in front of your home fans?
I'm sick of getting booed, man. I'm a nice fucking guy and I'm booed every time I'm fighting in other people's countries, you know what I mean? So everyone's getting home crowd advantages while I'm the champ. This trilogy, I didn't get to fight on my turf at all. It was neutral ground and 2 on his turf. You know what I mean? Like you know what I mean? Like, let me fucking defend my belt back home and we're going to do that. Let's do it. Make it happen. My belt a lot like that. Let's do it. Oh, coming for everyone!
Bit of pain.
It looked fake to me. Well, I don't know the backstory, but it looked fake. Yeah? Oh. I'm gonna message Nick. Close.
Joe, congratulations on another victory, defense of the belt, but you didn't seem necessarily completely satisfied at the close of the fight. So I guess, how are you feeling right now about your performance?
A lot better, because I've said this before in the past. On my worst day, I can kill the best man. I call that suicide. So my worst day on the off night, I had an off night tonight. So Eugene told me, the people who really know you, my teammates, my family, they know you had an off night, and still fucked them up.
When did you know you were having an off night? Like, was there anything during the day that you thought it's not feeling right?
No. It was in the fight, maybe when I couldn't find my power, like my power shots, my kicks. The initiators, the jabs, the leg kicks were working, but I was trying to find the passing well. It wasn't just me versus him. It was his team versus my team, which is what I was also looking forward to. So I told John Crouch, I was looking forward to that, the battle of the game plans. And yeah, so I was looking forward to John Crouch versus Eugene Behrman, and they were adjusting well each round. I could hear them even talking what they were saying. I was like, okay. But yeah, he's a formidable fighter. I called this ages ago, and he showed it tonight.
Like you said, you were looking forward to this fight for a long time, so I guess what did surprise you in there tonight? You praised his game plan. What played out differently than you thought it would?
Played out differently. Yeah, his adjustments to what I was doing. Because I go ahead, I go to his body, I go to his legs, and he'd adjust and get away from my power. But
still win, still title defense, but there were
six title defense.
There were boos at the end, I'm just curious, does that affect you at all?
They've been here since 3 p.m. They're all drunk. They don't know what real fighting is or real finesse. And I've said this, look, the greats, they all get to this point. I've seen it when I was just a fan, still a fan. Anderson Silva, GSP, I remember fights without being like, that was a fucking fantastic fight. And the same thing, people were just doing the GSP, one of the fucking GOATs, and people were just booing. I'm like, what the fuck are you guys watching? You don't Fox, Ali, Floyd Mayweather, same thing. You get to this point where it's like, you're so great, people just want to see you fall, They just want to see you fall, no matter what. And if it's not like a show out spectacular performance, and it's like, it's not even that good. But trust, great fighter, and I gave him the same credit as well.
Last thing for me, you've been saying Alex Pereira, that's the next fight. I guess, did you see his performance tonight? What did you think about it? And I guess, how soon do you think you'd like to line up that fight if that is indeed the next?
That's the next fight. I saw his fight. It was a good fight. But Sean Strickland should have focused on his job like I told him to. Soon, how soon? We'll find out.
People are saying I'll criticize you for your fight style, but at the end of the day, it seems like your opponent's getting there and kind of frees up in front of you. I'm curious, what do you think makes him do that? Is it the sense of scale of the fight itself? Is it your movement? What exactly makes these guys sort of slow down in front of you?
A mixture of all. I felt like the moment got to him, but he adjusted and picked his energy back up, and I feel like the moment and the skills, I feel that's what gets to them. And I said this is an acquired taste. To be under the spotlight, I can thrive under this bitch. I don't melt under the spotlight, I shine. So yeah, I feel like it's a combination of everything.
You said that you described this as an off night though, and you've already said like how you think Jared's a good challenger for you. So when you can beat him, even though you're having an off night, does that give you confidence going forward to win? It's emotional, man.
Thanks, Dad. Let me see. Gives me confidence. Going forward, yeah, I like the story. Like I've said this is my life is a movie. My life is an anime. Whatever. Like I'm facing a guy who beat me in kickboxing, and now he's still chasing me because he knows I'm the king, and he wants to try and get that away from me. You guys see what happens when my back's against the wall. When I really have that pressure, I put pressure on myself, but when I have pressure put on me as well. So, yeah, I look forward to fighting him in that next fight. How soon, we'll find out. I need a bourbon and maybe a couple of shots, and I'll see how I'm feeling first.
Israel, just going off of that. You said that gives you pressure going up against Alex next and given your history. But does that give you that kind of fire? Being a champion, defending your belt for so many times, do you need that kind of extra fire to kind of keep you hungry as a champion?
No, really. I was very hungry for this fight. I felt like this camp, you can ask Eugene, this camp was great. Even better than the last camp. Because he asked me at the beginning of this camp, how are you going to make it better than the last one? But I don't feel like I need it. I'm just taking, tick, 6 title defenses. And still on my worst night. So the next one, it's something interesting for me. Someone I fought before in a different code, and I get to show him what MMA is about, what mixed martial arts is about.
And of course, you had a lot of respect for Jared going into this one.
Yeah.
What was the conversation like between you two? After the fight, we saw you both.
What did I said? Like, we're just showing respect. Like, we're two fighters and showing respect because we're both on here trying to put food on the table. Set our families up. And I just said, I didn't like the speech of him saying, I was broke, after one of his fights, his recent fights. And I was like, I hope your management got you sorted for this fight. I hope they pushed for more money for him for this fight. Like I said, you guys are asking me, what am I doing for these fights, for fighter pay, whatnot. I'm giving people opportunities. I'm giving people opportunities to raise their pay, raise the bar. And also, so it was just me and him showing appreciation, and that was it.
And then just final one from me, John Jones came out on Twitter.
Fuck John Jones. Fuck Joe. I don't want to hear about that bitch. I'm gonna talk about my nail score. He's just jealous and insecure as a fuckboy. He could never rock shit like this. He's a bitch.
And also he said that he was back in
Fuck him. I don't really give a fuck what he thinks. Yeah, next.
Okay, thank you.
I have to ask you about your entrance. I was obviously the Undertaker, earn the hat, the music. How'd you get all that approved? And I know you said you were feeling dark all week, so was that just your theme?
It just works. I don't know. Like the theme for me. I'm an artist. It just works. I didn't plan on Vince and the Triple H and them being here. On Tuesday, I was chilling. So Wednesday nights when we wrestle, towards the end of the rounds, 12 rounds, towards the end, the last 3-4 rounds, I'll chuck on my playlist from YouTube, WWE Attitude, from the Attitude Era. I have like 20 different tracks from superstars I admire, and that will get me in that zone. And Undertaker's theme was one of them. So as I was sitting down, feeling it on Tuesday, it just made sense. And also, big shout out to the UFC production team, because they were really accommodating and just helpful to make it a show. This is the UFC. You want to give them a show, you know what I mean? So, and I said all week, this feels like WrestleMania. Who's undefeated at WrestleMania? The Undertaker. And I've been feeling dark all week, so you saw hints of the death note, the speech from Madara in the beginning, and then you saw the scream at the end and the split face with me and Madara. Purple. Fuck, it just makes sense. Susanoo, all that.
How hands-on were you in that creation?
Very hands-on. I'm very hands-on with my freestyle band team. Shout out to Luca, Stay Hydrated, Jeff St. Lair, and David Blackamoto, the greatest reporter in the history of the MMA. And I was very hands-on. I felt like a producer today when I was at the arena. So I was speaking, who's that? Jimmy? Fuck. Excuse me if I forgot his name. I think it was Jimmy. I was talking to him and just walked through and then having to look on the screen, seeing what it looked like from TV, seeing what it looked like in the arena, and they were so accommodating, which was really cool, and I appreciate that, because again, I like to put on a show, I like to entertain, and I did just that.
What's your favorite Undertaker match?
Fuck. Him and Mick Foley is the first one that comes to mind, and I think Mick Foley might have broken his neck. Hell in the Cell, off the top rope. That's the first one that came
Jumped
to mind.
off the stretcher and run back.
Yeah, fucking crazy. Good times.
Is it? You had talked about giving paydays for other fighters and helping them improve their situation. But what about for yourself? Because now you set yourself up to fight Alex, and the drama that's going to come. Hey,
I said Sean or Alex is big money fights.
Yeah,
they either big money fights, and I look forward to this one. And my boy Timbo, he knows what's going on, so we're gonna work. And me and the UFC, we have a good relationship. I like working with him, and I've said this already. Rising tides lifts all the ships, but Rome wasn't built in a day. So it's a step-by-step process. And I even asked Jared after the fight. I told him, I was like, and he's like, yeah, I got looked after. I was like, good. And he's gonna keep that going. His management company, they're smart. They'll keep pushing because he's a great fighter. I'm saying he's a good fighter, but he's a great fighter and a cool dude as well.
Is there pressure on you in a night like this because you're a 5-1 favorite or better than a 5-1 favorite to win, and you've got this Pereira fight coming up that will be your big performance, your big night? Does that put a little more pressure on you when everybody's expecting you to blow him out?
No, not really. I wasn't focused on the odds. I didn't even know what the odds said. Oh, shout out to Drizzy. I don't know what he won, but what fucking curse. You guys not you guys, but anyone who's so stupid. I don't post shit, but was it the Vittori fight? Me and Drizzy was going back and forth fight week talking, and after the fight was going back and forth in the DMs talking as well. So I don't know, people won't curse. And also the green shorts, another curse. I've broken all the curses. I've broken the Drake curse now. So stupid. I've broken the shorts curse because apparently I changed my shorts from black and gold. EA cover curse, I've broken that. Embedded haircut curse, whatever fucking more curse. You're so stupid, you fucking cunts. Sometimes, all of you online, as soon as that video came out, all the comments were just curse. And I feel like they don't even believe it. They just say that to try and get likes, to try and get the thumbs up because they're doing it for likes. But I just remember. So shout out to Drake for betting $1 million on me, and I'll see you on OVO weekend.
Hi, Izzy, over here to your right. Luke Rockhold told MMA Junkie that I'm the only one that could beat Israel Adesanya. What's your response to that?
Everyone thinks that.
Follow-up question: How are you gonna be celebrating the Volkanovski tonight?
Fuck yeah! Oh, shout out to my guy Alexander Volkanovski. Just inspiring, fucking inspiring. Like I had a 5-0 shutout, but his was way cooler and more impressive. Like I said, I had an off night, but he was fucking on. Ooh, and when he's on from the first round. He started talking to Max. Also, I said, shout out to Max Holloway. I'm a big fan. The guy's a cool dude, man. I've seen him around all week. He and his team are always really respectful, But this is what we do. We go to war, and afterwards we show respect. So it's my team against his team. But when it was in there and it was going down, even yesterday at the weigh-ins when they were barking, I had the heat. I was just like, yeah. I held the line with Alex back there. I was holding the line. But again, we're different, and Alex is fucking different, bro. You guys don't understand. He inspires me the way he fucking works. When he came over to CKB this camp, I knew the bar was gonna get raised, and he fucking raised the bar, man. Fucking beautiful. Oh, beautiful.
Izzy, when you say you had an off night, when you know that that's happening? Is it something that you knew before you even got in the cage? Is it something?
No, not before the cage. I mean, it was probably 4th round, but it wasn't something I dwelled on I'm having an off night. Afterwards, I look at the performance from my first person perspective, and I'm like, I have an off night. And Eugene was the first one to tell me because they know it. When you know your people, hiccups. Water, please. Sorry. Off night. Yeah. So my people who actually know me and love me, train with me. They know what I can do. When I'm on, they see it. But again, like I said, I can kill the best man on my worst day.
And I don't know if you've had your shower yet, or you kind of deep.
Nah, I'll do that after the club. I got obligations to do. I'd rather just go to bed, but you know, they're gonna pay me lots of money to go drink and party, so I gotta go do that. Fucking hell, it's such a drink, niggas.
So what, I mean, I know you can't think, but I know what's going to happen when you get in there and start thinking, but can you think right now what maybe the biggest positive you'll take away from this fight will be?
I'm just grateful. Like I said all week, I felt so much love, so much love. There was a point this week, I got a little emotional at the PI because upstairs I looked around and there was a CKB class upstairs at the PI, and you know, give me a second. Like my brother, you know, we've talked about this. I don't like to harp on about it, like for you guys, because not for this, but I'm harping on about it because there's injustice. The guy who killed Volkanovski, he's getting 18 months, and he's gonna be out earlier than that. So it's like, what the fuck? But there was a moment I had when I was looking around the class and seeing everyone just like training for my team. There was a lot of Kiwis and a bunch of Aussies as well, and I just felt emotional. And I just ran to the back of the PI, and I just kind of had a, you know, moment to myself because I wished he was here, just doing this shit with us. But I know he's looking down on us, you know, inspired, and I know he's looking down on us, protecting us along with VDK, Morton, Praveen, Pati, you know, Wilman, and yeah, it's just one of those things that for me, just being surrounded by my team, I just felt so loved this week. I felt so much love. Yeah, I just love my team, man. I love my team.
I appreciate that insight. And last thing for me, when Alex was in here earlier, he said when you guys fight.
To make me fight, I fought tonight. I fought my ass off tonight. Yeah, I didn't feel like I was chilling or I was waiting. I was pressing the action. I was going for it. I was touching them up. But like I said, I was just critical because I couldn't get my power stuff going. I couldn't get the change-ups going. But he's a formidable opponent. You can't sleep on this guy because he'll sleep you. And I'm not here to fucking, you know, risk my health, risk my brain. And I do that, but I'm not going to do it stupidly just for the entertainment of some grongos, some drunk folks.
Earlier you talked about the moment with Jared, and I was wondering at the press conference, his answers were kind of rambling a little bit. It sounded like he was nervous, and you said, "Hey man, just keep it short and sweet." Yeah. Like, did you kind of sense in that moment like he was starting to get a little?
I could feel from that moment, the moment after that, with the stare down when I shook his hand, and at the weigh-ins as well. Like I was like, he's not ready for this. But like I said, he picked himself up. He's a mature guy, I said. So I was like, he picked himself up later on in the fight. I don't know what round. But I saw him right before the round, and he picked himself up with his breath, and I was like, huh. So I'm sure he does a lot of breath work as well. And yeah, he did what he had to do.
And the last thing for me is, you mentioned the nails earlier. Was there anything from the commission? Like,
it's pretty. They're not sharp. They're drip tips. They're not even. They call them French tips apparently, but they're not even made in France. So I call them drip tips. And my toes, kind of sparkly, black and sparkles. I like them. I don't know why fucking men are so insecure about what the fuck I wear.
No, sorry, I'm not
you guys. No, you guys. No. My bad. I didn't mean to call you.
No, I just wondered like if the commission was looking and they were like, oh, what's going on? Like there was no.
Yeah, a little bit, but they check and kind of I see the look on their face. They pause and I was like, it's not that long. It's an illusion. It's just pretty. That's what I tell them. It's not that long. It's just pretty. It's a weird synergy, weird crossover, but I like it because I grew up on that shit.
Did you get a chance to talk to them or see them backstage?
I haven't talked to them. It'd be cool. I mean, I'm a big fan of Triple H. He just retired or became a Hall of Famer, which is cool. Yeah, he's a superstar as well, a legend in the game. So it's just cool to see guys like that. Yeah, well, I hope they enjoyed the show. Yeah, I had an off night, but still 5-0. It's crazy, isn't it?
Alice won tonight. You won tonight. Kai is fighting in a few weeks. Could be, 3 champions from City Kickboxing.
Crazy.
And,
and with no government funding as well. No government backing like the national rugby or netball team, cricket team, or national football team. And yet here we are, this little island in the little sport in the world. 3 champions in the biggest combat sports league on the fucking planet right now. How amazing is that? You know, we have the people of New Zealand, they're the ones that back us, and we back ourselves.
It's been a rough 2 years for you guys too.
Yeah, with the fucking quarantine and all that stuff, and then they gaslighting us as well. Oh, we're not blocking you guys. Meanwhile, they're letting the Indian cricket team into the country and letting them quarantine, letting the All Blacks quarantine in their own little bubble, but then they come to our bubble and break us up, hunting Dan, you know, while he's getting ready for his fight, you know, threatening to arrest him for what? For fucking training, you know, and then they're gaslighting us. So yeah, I don't do this for them anyway. They're the fucking bureaucrats. Fuck them. I do this for the people of the country, the people who support us as fighters. You know, that's who I do it for, and the people around the world who support me as well, regardless of nationality or wherever the fuck you come from. If you fuck with me, I fuck with you, and I appreciate you.
What does it say about your team that you were able to, you know, overcome all that stuff and possibly have 3 champions in the UFC in a few weeks?
The mana, the aura on our team is just unmatched. It's unmatched. I like that, but yeah, I love my team, man. Like I said, I just love my team, and I love the support I get from my team, and just we know us. We got us. That's it.
Thanks, man.
Guys in the middle. The Drake curse was broken in 2017.
Oh, fucking curse! I broke that shit last year.
It was broken.
Let me go. You know what? I'm gonna post it on Twitter. Let me do it right now. Actually, let me do it right now. I'm gonna do something. Hold up. Actually, I'll do it after, just because I wanna get this over with. I'll do it after.
I was going to say, it was broken in 2017 with the Warriors allegedly, but he is 0-2 in big MMA bets recently. How good does it feel to get the win for him? And to answer your question, he won approximately, depending when he made the bet, around $250K.
Nice. It feels good for me to get the win, but also myself, anyone else that bet on me, it feels good. And it feels good. I will repeat sometimes, or a track you have on repeat. This guy, his albums are like, there's 3 of them that are like timestamps for my life, like moments of my life.
For Drake songs?
Man, why you gotta do this to me? Right now, why you gotta do this to me? Well, I mean, he did say it was, what did he say? He said, I've never walked anyone out, and then I was asking Tim, I was like, what would you walk out to? I'm thinking, Lord knows, that's one of them. That's just straight bar for bar, and then Rick Ross kills it at the end. One actually. I don't know if he actually got it, but my boy Frano, who's a music producer from New Zealand, he gave me a little preview, and I love hearing that track. I don't want to give it away, but that's probably my favorite track. It's cool. I never posted it. I'm not a clout trout. Trust, I don't do this shit for likes. I just do this shit because I love it. But yeah, it's cool. Like I said, to be recognized by people like that because you admire them, and yeah, you know, blah 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 blah.
Thanks, Izzy. Congrats.
Last question, let's go. I got some bourbon to drink.
You earmarked Jared very early on as someone who was going to make it towards a title fight. Clearly you're sort of looking many moves ahead and looking at the field and seeing who's coming up. I just wondered, who's next who's going to break from the pack that you kind of earmarked as someone who's moving their way up and potentially face you further down the line?
As well, so they let me know if I missed something.
Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Oh, just something I want to say. You guys have a job to do, and I'm not criticizing you guys in particular. I kind of am. But just remember this: I can do your job. You could never do my job. Just remember that. I could do your job. Trust me. I got a freestyle bender. David runs that shit, but if I wanted to, if I had the time, I could. And I appreciate you guys for what you do, but not just for me, but for other fighters, man. Be mindful with your words. Be mindful with the way you clickbait. That shit is weak. Because I know how YouTube works now, and I know how these interviews work. I'm glad I have my own network, but just be mindful, because I can do your job and you can't do mine. Just remember that. Thank you.